Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over something that I find is going to be game breaking for the Ultima Online community, and that is a new shard coming out at the end of the year, fourth quarter of 2024, called Ultima Online Sagas. The legacy continues. If you have not heard about this shard, it was introduced to me by my buddy Mysterion, and I've been following it ever since. And I just got the privilege to speak with one of the guys that's doing all of the actual work on it, and gave me permission to access the wiki and the game to kind of give you guys an in-depth review of exactly what they're going to be offering the community, what's different about them, and of course why I want to play on it so bad. So obviously it's going to be www.uosagas.com, and you can join the Discord right here in order to keep up with any new releases, new updates, any kind of patch notes, and of course following along with when they do their release. So I've got Mysterion with me, and what we're going to be doing today is going over the different things that really drew us to this server and why we've been so interested in joining it and waiting as long as we have to get it going. So go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hello, I'm Mysterion. Nice to meet you all.
Awesome. So first thing we're going to go over is this is a very unique server when it comes down to what you obviously see out there right now as far as what's available. You've got your mainline servers that have thousands of players. You've got one server that comes to mind that obviously has the more players in all of them, that kind of stands out as far as population goes. But everything that I've seen on here, I honestly truly feel like this is going to take over the top spot for Ultima Online shards, and I think we're going to go over why here in just a second. So as far as skills go, obviously it's kind of a basic setup. You've got the 700 soft skill, 720 hard cap, the 20 extra skill points coming from skill balls, and of course skill cap of 100 or 120 depending on what you've got here. So the wiki is not 100% complete. You're going to see a lot of different things coming in the future videos that are going to be done piece by piece as we continue on. Like I said, it's not going to be released till fourth quarter this year, so there's a lot more work to be done. Definitely a work in progress, but I'm excited to get along and follow everything with you guys and show you what's to come. So, but as you can see, you've got the 120 on alchemy, 100 on a lot of your basic combat skills. Of course, taming and lore is up to 120. Fletching, healing, inscription, lockpicking, lumberjacking, all the basic skills are here. And of course, your skill scrolls and skill balls are going to be what reaches you up to the actual hard cap itself. So as far as skills go, it does have a very familiar feel to it. One thing that's going to be unfamiliar to a lot of the different UO shards out there is the crafting is not going to be able to be macroed in 2 hours. This is going to have a real feel of crafting like it used to back in the day, to where it not only does it make crafting much more difficult to obtain, but it makes it much more valuable as well if you want to put in the hard work and time to get to that level of craftsmanship. So unlike a lot of the servers that are like, hey, go buy 20,000 ingots on the vendor, and then the next thing you know, 3 hours later, your GM blacksmithy or 120 blacksmithy or whatever it may be, you're gonna have to actually put in some sweat on this one in order to get to that. But again, it's going to make it much more valuable when you receive that, as far as a booming economy, and of course your value and your skill is going to actually bring you some gold. So I'm looking forward to this. Do you have anything to say on that, Mysterion? What do you feel about that?
I'm just looking forward to it in general.
Yeah.
The fact that it's going to take some work to earn these as well, rather than, as you said, just skilling up in a few hours and kind of taking the fun out of it.
Yep, I agree with that 100%. So looking forward to that, especially looking forward to seeing, the different kind of, craftsmanship that comes out of that as well. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing that actually really interested me, which is a lot of the servers I play on, there is a luck bonus on like gear that you can throw on there, up into the thousands of luck. And these suits are costing, millions and millions of gold in a lot of cases. On here, it looks like the luck is going to be capped at 100, and it's got some kind of bonuses here that I wanted to kind of go over. So the impact on that, it's not going to have any impact on gold. So it's just going to be loot generation, getting rares, special items, and pigments in dungeon chests. So if you're not familiar with what pigments are, from my understanding, that's going to be things that are going to change the color of certain items, skin, hair, depending on what the pigment's actually for. Bonuses on resource gathering, like better veins for mining, things like that. That's a huge thing as well. So if you're wearing that luck and you want to go out resource gathering, you've got a much better chance of bringing in the actual high value resources when you're doing that. Charges on rune books. Unfamiliar with what that's going to be, so I'm looking forward to get some answers on that and kind of figure out what they're doing on that one. Durability modifier on weapons, armor, and crafting. Accuracy modifier on weapons, and reducing the radius when digging out treasure maps. All three of these things are going to be awesome. You're going to have a much better chance of getting better durability, better accuracy when crafting on your weapons and armor. And if you're a huge treasure map guy like I am myself, you're going to have a better radius whenever you're digging up those treasure maps with a higher luck score. So that's huge for me. I love treasure mapping. So the resource maps right there. Reduced chance of triggering a trap on lockpicking. So we'll go into lockpicking in another video. They've got a completely custom mechanic here for lockpicking, which looks absolutely phenomenal. It kind of gives me like a Skyrim feel for real. But what we're going to do on that one, we'll do that in another video that we can go over that in more detail. But reducing the chance of triggering a trap when lockpicking is awesome. So it actually really brings luck into play on more than just, hey, I need luck or I'm not going to get me a good loot. You actually need luck in several different aspects of that. So luck can be acquired by luck rings, necklaces, and bracelets. Luck jewelry and craftable by tinkers with recipes. Each piece of luck jewelry has charges. So each charge gives the character wearing it 15 minutes of luck bonus. For the specific luck bonus on the luck pieces, see gems. So logging out with equipped luck pieces will pause the timer, and unequipping a luck jewelry will void the rest of the charge. So I'm thinking that whenever you craft these rune books, it will affect how many charges they have, instrument of durability, that kind of thing for crafting. So that may be what the actual charges on rune books mean, is if you're an inscriptionist, you'll get more rune book charges if you have better luck bonuses. So it's going to have a lot more to do with the actual mechanics of even down to treasure mapping and lock picking, as well as everything from crafting benefits all the way up to getting the special loot and pigments in dungeons. So I'm really excited to see them actually put in luck that makes a difference and not have some astronomical number that you have to achieve, like 3,000 luck or something like that. It's just absolutely crazy. So I'm really excited to see that they went with 100, and I think the charges are going to be a really cool thing to have on them to kind of see where that goes with it, and if how you can recharge them, or if at that point you need to go out and make more, something like that. So I'm really excited to see that. It'll definitely be something that crafters have to value in on what they price their stuff on if they're using these luck bracelets, luck rings, and luck necklaces. So next up, we've got the World of Aaron, and if I'm not saying that right, oh my gosh, don't chastise me just yet. But actually, extremely excited for this. This is going to be huge for anybody wanting to explore a brand new map, not the same old digs whether you go to Britain, you know, all the other stuff. You're going to be able to explore a brand new map, brand new dungeons, brand new environment. And I'm extremely excited for that. One of my favorite things to do whenever when I was first into UO was get out on a boat and just explore, trying to find the islands, see what was on them, things like that. And obviously, you know, if a brand new world is here now, the possibilities of adding different things in the future are there. And looking forward to that, you know, world obviously growing as obviously the player base does. Sarah, I know that you had mentioned the map several times. What do you think about this?
I'm absolutely blown away. The effort that they've put in is astounding. It's just looking at it, I'm so excited to get exploring on here. The effort
Absolutely.
that's been put in is it's unmatched. It's nice to see a shard pop up and put effort into building a custom map rather than just cloning what already exists.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Yeah, putting the effort in is definitely something that's going to draw the players for sure. One thing I'm really excited about whenever you start this is I've actually seen a couple of preview videos of their towns, and this is not like something I've ever seen. I mean, the amount of detail and the level of just perfection that they put into, you know, going through these towns and making sure that everything looks great is something that is absolutely phenomenal. I'll add one of those videos in one of the future videos just to show you guys exactly how much work they've put in. And don't fret, I'm not going to be spending every video on the wiki page. We've got access to the early parts of the game, so we're going to be going into the dungeons and we're going to be showing you guys the aspects of each level that they've done, as far as the achievements you're going to be able to receive in the dungeons. the different activities you can do, obviously the different dungeon layout, and of course a little bit of secrets that they've got going on right now with the different I guess class setups they've got with, you know, swordsmanship, fencing, macing, parry, and of course the casting and taming I'll leave up to Mysterion. That's his specialty. So next up, we've got the housing overview and rules. So housing is huge for me. I've been on certain servers where you can't get a house. The land is completely taken. The odds of you getting a home are zero. And in order to buy one, you've got to spend 50 times what it would cost you to actually get the house deed to somebody just because they got there first. So, but this is going to be obviously with a fresh map. Is going to be a phenomenal opportunity to get in there, you know, establish where you are first. But they've actually taken it back to the grassroots of UO. And what I mean by that is that you're not going to have everybody out there farming for 3 days, but knowing the game. So now they've got castles in 3 days. And everybody out there you see has got a big blank castle with 3 things locked down on it, and they're taking up all the land in the whole world. So you've got much smaller based homes that are upgradable. Each one of them has 3 stages of extendability. That's going to be awesome. We're going to go over that in a later video and showing you the actual houses, how they're done. You can actually place them east or south to show where you want the door to be. All kinds of stuff that I'm not seeing on other servers, as far as just customization and really nitpicking down to giving you the ability to make the world yours, which I think is really, really awesome. So only the owner can refresh his house. That makes sense. All characters of an account that is owner, co-owner in a house have full owner rights. That's, you know, I think that makes sense as well. No combat restrictions in the house, so be careful, lock your doors. Bulletin boards can be accessed by everyone in public houses, if not banned, or just friends in private houses. That's fine. Everyone can use locked down dices, clocks, runes, and or vendor rental contracts. So again, this is not going to be just PvE or PvM. So you're going to actually have to make sure that you safeguard your stuff. Make sure to lock your homes. Make sure to, when you recall in, just, kind of do your normal UO thing to where, just like you would at home, you want to lock your door, make sure everything's safe. You do the same thing. So lockdown reward raisers, all the stuff right there. And what we're going to do is creatures that are not tamed cannot enter player houses. That's actually a really, really good thing. There's nothing worse than walking into your castle or whatever it may be, your home, that has an opening, like let's say like a little grass yard thing that you've built, and there's a walrus in it. Out of nowhere, there's just a walrus, and you can't get it to shut up unless you go out there and kill it or whatever it may be. So I really like that. The creatures aren't tamed, can't come in your house. Decay period is 7 days during alpha and beta. Obviously, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more than that out of that time period, and that's just because they don't want, obviously, alpha and beta to be locked down by everybody placing homes everywhere and then just leaving. So let's see here. Context menus, friend and owner, co-owner. This is basically just a lockdown ability and security. But now that we've went over homes, what do you think, Mr. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, just taking a drink there.
Oh, gotcha.
The upgradable houses is that's something I've never seen. I mean, I'm sure, like yourself, we've played these private servers, many different servers over at least 20 years, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen something like that. It takes it away from the typical 18 by 18 custom plots and build your own. It's good to be able to just place a nice wee base house to get you started and then upgrade it over time. I think that's a brilliant idea.
And what I've really noticed so far, just going over the wiki, is it seems like getting a home is going to feel like it used to back in the old days of UO, where it's not going to be something that you go out, and farm for a couple of days and then bam, you put your house up. You're going to have to really strive to get your home. It's going to mean something again, which I think is really, really awesome. You kind of lose that feeling of accomplishment on some of the servers that just kind of hand everything to you. So I'm really looking forward to having to put in the hours, put in the work in order to have something that you can really feel proud of having. And it's like you said, as far as the upgrading goes, I've seen it on servers where you can upgrade like the base amount of lockdowns, things like that. But to actually upgrade the house and see that it visually changes with your upgrade is something I've never seen. And the fact that they all look good after you've done it, because like I said, I got a chance to look over all of them. They look phenomenal when they're upgraded. So it's not like you're upgrading it and it looks worse, or you have no reason to upgrade. Like they look great as you're doing it. So I'm extremely excited. So
Yeah,
kind of,
definitely a game changer.
I'm sorry, go ahead, buddy.
Definitely a game changer on the housing markets.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So one of the things I really wanted to touch base before we end this, kind of little preview video here, what's to come, is you're the one that introduced me to this shard. So tell me, what about this shard really drew you in? That's had you waiting this long just for the opportunity to play it? Because I know we've got until fourth quarter. Now, granted, I know time flies. Obviously, you look back yesterday and it's a week ago, kind of thing. So we're really, really, really close to being able to actually get in here and break ground on a brand new shard with this amount of dedication and customization. But what really drew you to this one? And tell me a little bit about why you've waited.
Well, I first found out about Sagas at the start of the year and kind of kept my eye on the Discord and what they were doing and developing, and I was starting to notice that the level of effort that these guys were putting in was just absolutely amazing. Building the server from the roots up, not just your typical pop-up shard cloned from another existing shard and then filled with copy-pasted server code. They're taking their time, doing it right, overhauling a lot of the skills, the systems. They've got a full custom map with the new towns, dungeons. They're not just rushing to get it out there and like your typical cash cow server that we've seen many of over the years. And the fact that it's ran by the former crew of Defiance UO, which was one of the very first servers I played and created a lot of my love for UO. It was, Defiance UO was a top shard back in its day. So, but you rarely see this kind of passion and effort put into a free server these days. And to me, it shows that this is going to be one of the top servers of the decade, and I honestly can't wait to get on and do a bit of exploring and see what they've done, because to me it's everything about it just screams that they're really passionate about it, and it's going to be a great server.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's something about having a brand new map as well. I feel like that's one of the things that I'm most excited about, is being able to really explore every nook and cranny of the map and find new things, because there's going to be special things out there. And with a game that was made in 1997 on the older map, you don't really see that. Everyone's done everything. They went over every single square inch of the map. So realistically, when you're getting on the servers that don't have those custom maps and those custom additions, you're playing the game that you played almost 30 years ago, just over again. So this is going to be the baseline of what we all fell in love with back when we were kids. And we're going to be experiencing it, in a sense, for the first time again, with a brand new map, some brand new systems, and obviously a dev team that really, really cares. So extremely excited for that. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up then. Do you have anything else you want to mention before we go?
No, I think that about covers it for the first video. I'm sure we'll get into more depth when we release another few videos and focus more on some skill mastery systems and some other cool stuff like the lock picking mini games and stuff. But we'll get there.
Absolutely. And yeah, don't forget, if you made it to the end of the video, please subscribe and follow along. We're going to be doing more videos on these, and after a couple of these, we're going to be breaking into the actual gameplay. So definitely look forward to doing that. You guys do not want to miss these videos. It's going to be seen first here, so we definitely want to get you guys going, make sure that this is something that you guys all are following along. So, but we will catch you in the next one, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to the next one with you guys.